What up, hoodies? How y'all doing? Welcome back to the Hood Table. One more again, it's your girl back with another TV show review. We are about to be reviewing season 5 of Tyler Perry's show Ruthless. And yes, I am a little behind. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't notified. I'll blame it on anything, okay? But Tyler Perry season 5 of Ruthless started back up last week. And as usual, he came out with 3 episodes at once on the same day. So the first 3 episodes are out there. And then this week he did episode 4. So basically, I am like 4 shows behind, okay? Hopefully, you guys are all caught up. And if you're not, if you haven't even watched episode 1, this is going to have some spoilers. So, spoiler alert, okay? So, we're going to be reviewing season 5, Tyler Perry's show, Ruthless. The name of this particular episode, the first one, the premiere, was called Children of the New Paradise. And again, it came out on August 8th. Of course, these shows are on BET Plus. For those of you who are familiar with the show, a lot of you guys have been following this show with me for the last 5 seasons. And although there has been some up and downs with like my uh, like of the series or my views of the series, sometimes I feel like, oh my God, Tyler Perry, oh my God, please, can we please move this show ahead? Can we please come on full speed ahead? Can we? Because at times, over the past 4 seasons, it just felt like it was at a standstill. Like nobody was going to escape, nobody was going to be free. Where are the children? Why isn't nobody coming to look for Lilo? And then it kind of picked up, at the end of last season. So, what we're going to do today, again, we're going to recap episode 1 of season 5, the premiere, but then I'm going to just do a little bit of recap also on episode 22 of last season because it's been a minute, y'all. It's been a minute since episode 22. So, I just want to bring back to your recollection, to your memory bank, some of the things that happened at the end of season 4, episode 22. So now y'all do remember that the compound was under attack, right? And everybody who is a Raku, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to fight. You're supposed to show your loyalty to the cult, to the Rakadushis, and you're supposed to fight. So while everybody was getting prepared to fight, the highest was being driven away from the compound. The feds had finally got the warrant for which they've been waiting for, and the FBI was prepared to raid the property. That was until Andrew told them what exactly could happen if the highest was ambushed. Not only did he tell them about the booby traps, the explosives, the mines, the bear traps, and the poisonous, the highest was ready for all of the members. You know that the Kool-Aid. He also told him about the Kool-Aid, the poison, the poisonous drink, the Kool-Aid, the Jim Jones juice. So he told him about all that stuff, but they are now also concerned about the other Agent Malcolm, who was still up there as well. And with all that said, Agent Desiree told everyone to stand down. Now, no sooner than Agent Desiree issued that command, Agent Kyle was notified that the Rose was moving. The Rolls Royce that the highest was supposedly in. And remember, Agent Desiree had put a tracker on the car. And with that tracker and with the other feds who had their eyes on the car, they knew that the highest was with them. And they were heavily armed, except Daikon, of course. Ruth even had River believing that they, along with everyone else, was left destitute, especially since all of the money was left with Lewis and the others. Ruth too much wasn't concerned about River, being that, she still needed to find the children, including, let's not forget, Tally's daughter, Tavia, Ruth's own daughter, and the other children. Joan, on the other hand, was willing to split the $1 million she had stolen with both River and Ruth. Yes, Ruth was even able to convince Elder Mother that she was still a resolute Raku member versus a traitor. Mother, drunk off her behind. I know y'all remember that. She was drunk off her behind from that dark liquor, from that yak, told Ruth that she had her all wrong. To Ruth, Elder Mother was like, Me love you. She was drunk. Me love the way that you fought for the highest. I had you all wrong. And Ruth replied, I told you that. She's like, I told you, bitch. Didn't I tell you that? But not having anywhere else to go, Elder Mother just could not understand why the highest couldn't make them all obey him. With everyone gone, she's afraid of being leaderless as well as homeless. So seeing Mother drop off that liquor on that yak, Ruth suggested that she just take her butt off. Go, Mother, go back to your trailer, close your eyes, get some rest. Sleep it off, huh? Sleep it off, boo. And I was too tickled watching Mother stumble off singing. Child, when she be singing, when she be chanting her favorite tunes dedicated to the highest. He's the highest, oh Lordy, he's the highest. And then she get into all night, all day. We are living in the Raku way. I always get so tickled when she starts chanting those songs. But as Elder Mother tried to make her way to the trailer, Ruth was approached by River and Joan, both promising Ruth to split the $1,000,000 with her and instructing her on how to find them on social media. Remember, River's name on social media will be Raku Win 1 if they were to escape. And Joan's name was to be Raku Win 2. Ruth, still doubting their intentions, ordered them just go on, leaving her with the task of trying to find her daughter and, of course, Tally's daughter as well and other children. Now, at that time of episode 22, I did really hope that River, Joan, Lacey, and Zane were able to get away unharmed because as we have saw over the last 4 seasons, only a few people have got away. Tally ended up getting away, but then she was unalive. And then who else was it? Was it Zane? No, Paula. She had actually got away, but we still don't know what happened to her. We have no idea what happened to her. It was like she was just etched out the storyline altogether. I don't know. Remember, she drove off in the truck. And I don't know what happened to her. But anyway, Lewis, however, wanted to go back once he realized from the highest that instead of Ruth stealing 300,000 from the highest, she in fact stole 3 million from the highest. In spite of how angry Lewis was, George did not want to go back. Neither did his girl Bridget. But before anybody could react, while Ruth was escaping in that raggedy ass car, people started dropping like flies, Bridget included. And from whoever was sniping them out the darkness of the woods. We had no idea who the sniper was. And I had asked you guys during that time, given the circumstances of this episode, who do you think the sniper was? Now, some of y'all had gave me different names. Some of y'all was like, hell, we don't know. Didn't nobody really know who the sniper was. I didn't know who the sniper was. but come to find out, season 5 premiere episode 1, Children of the New Paradise. When season 5 started off with us, still trying to figure out who the sniper was that was shooting up everyone from the woods, when out of the woods came Daikon. Lewis was shot in the shoulder by Daikon. And he was screaming out, "We surrender! We surrender!" George, however, at least for now, he didn't face any retaliation. And for the first time in a long time, we saw the highest showing a lot of affection towards Daikon, even kissing him really hard on the lips. I was like, "Ooh, Tyler Perry. Is this going to be one of these seasons, Tyler Perry?" Because we ain't had no really juicy love making scenes or affection shown upon people in quite some time, right? And my favorite love making scenes has always been Ruth and Daikon. But even kissing him, really hard on his lips again, the highest told Daikon that he will be rewarded for his loyalty. And after that, both men holding on to each other expressed their love for one another. Now, Lewis and George, on the other hand, both were led back to the punishment trailer where the highest threatened to put both of their heads on a stake. Now, as far as the deserters, Joan, River, Lacey, Zane. Again, I was hoping that they would get away scot free. They were still wandering around through the wilderness trying to find their way to safety from the highest and from the guards. While they were hoping to not get caught, Joan, however, did actually get caught. That was caught inside of a bear trap. She happened to step right into it, screaming in excruciating pain. River, he tried to assist her, but to no avail. He wasn't able to free her from the trap, and he still promised not to leave her. Now, after realizing that Joan might wind up dying right there in the woods, River, he was trying to calm her down. He was telling her, I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to help you survive. He was just trying to tell her anything to get her spirits up because Joan, we saw her just head laid back, just writhing around like, oh, take me now, Lord, take me now. That's how Joan was. She was in pain and she was bleeding out all over the place. But River, again, trying to calm her down and keep her alive at the same time, he brought back to her memory how they first met. Now, being that we don't get too many of those, who were they before scenes? That was very interesting to find out that Joan and River met after he graduated from law school. Now, River didn't say where exactly they met. He just said it was after he graduated from law school and that Joan had hated him. So at first, evidently, she wasn't too accepting of him at first because of his foul mouth and how revealing he used to dress. Also, from the both of them recalling their past, we found out that when Joan first met the highest, she was actually suicidal. And now there she is lying on the ground with her leg in a bear trap, just thinking that this is the way that she is going to go out. She was like, I am going to die. I'm not going to get out of here. She was just coming to the realization this is it. I came into the cold suicidal, and now I'm going to die from a bear trap. This can't be my life. I know Joan was like, this can't be my life. But what River did not expect to learn, child, what River did not expect to learn was that while they were going down memory lane, was that Joan was never going to give anyone the account number or the password to access the $2 million that they had stolen. Actually, she was the one who stole it. Now, they were all in cahoots, but she was the accountant and she was the one who had stolen the money. River was like, hold up. But what if you bleed out right here? What if I leave you out here to die? You in a whole bear trap. I can leave you right here for you to be actually ate up by a bear. River was begging her, like, please, Joan, don't do this to me, girl. Don't do this to me. I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to save your life. And you trying to tell me that you are not going to give anyone the password or the username for the money that we all plan to steal? Boy, if that wasn't messed up, I know River was just thinking, girl, if you die on me. But River wasn't able to help her, not by itself. Fortunately, or maybe unfortunately for Joan, Manny found her and River, and after some hesitancy, he did end up helping River free Joan from the bear trap. Manny actually ended up carrying Joan back to the compound without being seen. Ruth, let's get back to Ruth. Ruth, who had driven off in a car, she came across a bus full of children, their children. Her child was on that bus. All the children from the compound, including her daughter Callie, and probably Tally's daughter as well, was on that bus. But before she could jump out of the vehicle and reach her daughter, the bus pulled off. The bus pulled off with the children all chanting in unison, "We are the Rockadoochies. We are the Rockadoochies. We are the Rockadoochies." And Ruth, after not being able to help her daughter, decided to, along with Lacey and Zane, we got to go back to the compound. We got to go back because, as we all know, Ruth wants that money. But what she wants more is to get her hands back on her daughter. She wants to rescue her daughter and Tally's daughter from the Rockadooshies. So she was like, okay, we got to go back. We got to drive back to the compound. And they, of course, had to put their robes back on and everything. They was in street clothes. So they, of course, had to put their robes back on anything so that nobody would think that they were deserters and trying to escape like people have in the past. Most of them who never really escaped. Okay. But then I was like, who the heck is the female and the two guys who were in a shootout with the Rakadushis with the coat? Now, I believe they might have been sent by the cartel. That's what I'm thinking because I did hear the cartel mentioned by Mother. And that one of the guys, I also believe, was Lilo's brother, that light skinned one. But the girl, I guess she goes by the name Keys, and one of the guys went by the name Glitch. I don't know if Glitch was Lilo's brother because I couldn't really tell when the name was passed around, like which one of them were responding because we couldn't really see their lips at a certain point in time because they were ducked down, trying not to get shot. But I think Lilo's brother might be Glitch. I'm not sure. But anyway, they were all having a misunderstanding about their assignment. Per Glitch, taking out the FBI was not part of their mission. Their only job was to get to the money. In and out with zero to minimum casualties. That was their instructions. Besides that, they also didn't want to take out the highest as well, being that the highest might know where Glitch's brother is. And that, again, I assume was Lilo. Now, Elder Mother, she was leading a pack of people, willing to fight for the cause, just like an episode at the end of episode 22. Mother was still leading a pack of people who was willing to fight. And while she was raising her head in the air, singing her favorite song, all night, all day, we all die in the Raku way. Boy, they need to come up with some new chants. I'm telling you. She was up there all night, all day. We live and die in the Raku way. While she got her hands in the air, waving around like she just don't care, Keys shot a hole straight through her hand. Keys shot a hole right through Mother's left hand. But when the fellas saw that they didn't have enough firepower to go up against the FBI and the Raku, they ran off, leaving Keys there to be captured. Once back at the compound, the highest summoned everyone to the pavilion, where he praised everyone who stood up to fight for the Raku, especially those who were injured during the attack. And those who were selfish in their sacrifice or cowardly were admonished by the highest and told that the Raku will show no mercy upon them. And where was Ruth? Where was Ruth the whole time? While everyone else was underneath the pavilion? Ruth was laid, she had her butt laid across the bed of the highest in some little cute black teddy, trying to look as sexy as she wanna be. Talking about all hell the highest when he and Daikon walked into the trailer. The both of them was like, Ruth, why you ask? What you doing in here, girl? What are you doing, Ruth? What are you doing? Daikon immediately started accusing Ruth of stealing the money from the highest. And Daikon, he was begging the highest, to believe him. The highest, he was like, what? No, not Ruth. So he went back there and he went to the safe. And once he got back to the safe, he saw all the money was there. So Daikon, you gotta be a little quicker. Like that commercial in the old man with the fishing rod, you gotta be a little quicker because Ruth had already returned the money from the trunk of the car back into the safe. But what happened next, y'all? I was not ready. I was not ready. For the first time in all 5 seasons, the highest, Ruth, and Daikon all settled in for a threesome. But the crazy part of that whole scene was when Manny came in to inform the highest that Elder Mother needed to speak with him. Not only was Manny not surprised at seeing the sight of the highest and Daikon both laying in bed across each other with Ruth in the middle like a sandwich, but Mother wasn't the least bit surprised either at what she saw. That really surprised me because in the past, Mother seemed to be like disgusted at the thought of like the highest and Daikon or the other guys, liking other guys or doing things with other guys, right? I mean, that's what I recall from Mother. But anywho, Mother had actually interrupted their passionate love making session to let the highest know that the children were back on the compound and that they were ready. But ready for what though? Did Tyler Perry forget what the children were really being prepared for early on in the first few seasons? Keep in mind, remember that the children were supposed to be used as mules to not only transport drugs for the coast and for the cartel, not only that, but they were also to be used in other ungodly ways as well. And now, for what we see, it looks like the children are being prepared or have already been trained to fight for the Raku. This is really like a turn of events, you guys. Because for the last 4 seasons, well, no, not the last four, but for like the last few seasons, we really haven't seen the children. So a lot of us was like, where's the children? Where they go? They left the compound. They were supposed to go and transport drugs. They were supposed to get trained how to do this, that, and other ungodly things. And now the children just reappear back on the compound 2, 3 seasons later. And they're walking around with axes and hammers and shit, ready to fight for the Raku. I I don't know, y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know about what y'all think about season 5, premiere, episode 1. Please let me know if you were surprised by some things, if you expected some things that you didn't see. Let me know what you thought about this first episode of season 5. Again, it was called Children of the New Paradise. And you guys, again, if you didn't like the video on the way in, please like and share the video on the way out. Also, if you want to become a member of the Hood Table, an official hoodie, feel free to hit the join button to become a part of the membership. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, there is our Cash App. So if you want to donate to the commentary or donate to the platform, our Cash App is $ the Hood Table 402. Now, again, we are a little behind on the reviews for season 5. The next episode, season 2, is called Ilfindi Chifama, which sounds like a chant, maybe another song or another chant, that the Raku be doing. I don't know. I haven't seen the episode yet, but it could be something else. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to watch each one of these episodes and I'm just going to review them and just upload them. And once I get all caught up, I'm going to add you guys all to the live so we can discuss it together, which I normally do. But since we're so behind, it's just a little quicker for me to do these reviews by myself and then post them. And then once I get caught up, we can, spend extra time each episode discussing them together. Okay? I hope y'all cool with that. Again, like and share the video, please, and thank you very much. Stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood. I'm out. Bye.